Good day everyone. I'd first like to thank NeoGrowth for giving me this opportunity to present this video log as part of their Sanjeevani education series. The topic that I've been given is healthcare post the lockdown. So before we go into the post the lockdown, let's have a brief look at the current situation because we haven't reached post lockdown yet. What is the current situation today in the healthcare sector? I needn't be telling you that because you see that today in the headlines of your daily newspaper, you see it in all your TV channels. Healthcare is there very much in the forefront of this battle that we are all doing with the coronavirus. Doctors and nurses are working 24/7, helping to save patients, helping to prevent the virus from spreading across the city, and working under extremely difficult conditions. In the forefront of this battle is the large hospitals and the government hospital sector. But my talk to you today is not about this sector at all. The sector that's facing the COVID battle. This sector today is just about 15% of the hospitals of India. My talk is to the rest, that is the 85% of the hospitals in the country, which number today close to about 25 to 30,000 hospitals. They are not there in the COVID battle today. They have opted out. Why they have opted out? I'll come to you in a few minutes. These are mostly medium-sized hospitals with an average bed size of 75 going up to about 125 beds, as small as 25 beds and as large as even 200 beds. Mostly run by doctors who own the hospitals too. Now, why are these hospitals at this time when India needs healthcare the most and needs all these doctors the most? Why have they opted to stay out? That's the question. They were not prepared for what happened. They are not confident of the situation that has suddenly come up. They are not sure whether the people they have with them and the equipment that they have with them and the systems that they have with them would be able to cope with this huge crisis. So they've taken the safest way out of sitting out the COVID crisis. They thought it would take a few weeks, maybe a month. It's 2 months up now and we still haven't crested the curve. And I don't see the post-COVID situation being very different from this. Contact tracing, social distancing, isolation, infection control is still going to be the norm for Indian healthcare for a very long time to come. Health experts are actually even talking about following these protocols at least for the next 2 years. So what would these hospitals do? Can they sit out 2 years? They can't. We are already facing a crisis with hospitals shutting down, a few of them permanently. Doctors going back to whichever hospital they were practicing in 10 years back, just to keep occupied, and this hospital remains shut. I think COVID-19 has to be taken as a turning point moment for the Indian healthcare industry. And facilities have to be ramped up majorly. Every industry has had its turning point. Manufacturing industry had its turning point moment when the World War II happened. What was the turning point moment for IT? It was the Y2K. COVID is the turning point moment for Indian healthcare, and they will have to recognize that as an opportunity and move forward. Now, what do hospitals have to do? What should they do today to be able to get out of this crisis, grow, and be ready to face far more deadlier crises that will come about? They would need to ramp up. They would need to ramp up primarily, and I would say on the first priority, on their staffing front. Many of these hospitals which were run by these doctors, I'm sorry to say, have been run as mom and pop shops. The next in line in the hospital would be about 10 rungs below. He would be called an administration officer, but he wouldn't be qualified for the post. He would be there just as a family loyalist to maybe sit there and pass instructions passed by the chief. I have personally seen very senior cardiologists at about 8:39 in the night signing 5 rupee vouchers. Today, 10 years down the line, it could be a 50 rupee voucher. But is that what a cardiologist or a gastroenterologist or the best surgeon in the town should be doing with their time? That's how healthcare has traditionally been for the standalone 85% of the population of hospitals. They would need to change. They would need to go for qualified managers. Ideally, a 100-bed hospital should have a CEO with a Master of Hospital Administration qualification. MHAs are taught managing hospitals as a science, and there are easily in India close to about 3,000, 4,000 qualified MHAs. Youngsters, middle level ones, all the large corporates have got them packed into their hospitals. That's why they're doing well in spite of all these crises. Every hospital would need to have them in place. Maybe depending on the size, designate them as a manager or a CEO or at least as a chief administration officer. Delegate them a lot of work on procurement, HR. Ramp up facilities. Today, a reason why many hospitals haven't taken the challenge of COVID is because they, on infection control side, on equipment and on air quality, on use of PPE and training of staff, they're just not equipped. That's why if suddenly a COVID patient lands up in the ward, they don't know how to isolate them. The best thing they know is take him out as quickly as possible and send him to the general hospital and shut down your hospital for 2 weeks while it's cleaned up and every staff is put under a quarantine. That's not going to be the way to run them in the future. So manpower will have to be upgraded, facilities will have to be upgraded. If I could hear a lot of the members from the audience, I know what they would be asking now. We are in a bad time, we can't even pay our staff salaries, we are shut down. Where are we going to take these qualified people and where are we going to upgrade our facilities from? Where is the money for that? As part of the upgradation process, healthcare will have to look at themselves as an industry and hospitals will have to put themselves in the bracket of the MSMEs that the government has recently announced as a major sector where money is being pulled. Your own NBFCs and banks will be able to avail of this money and give it to you, provided you organize yourself and make yourself possibly a privately limited company. I think they are the best people to go about it. Take that money and use that for wrapping up. This is the game changer moment for healthcare. This can be taken. The government is there to support this initiative. I wish you all the best. Thank you.